This video will show you how to create a alignment and how to modify an alignment. To create an alignment, we come up to the Home tab. Click on the Home tab and then go to the Create Design panel and we have the command Alignment. Select on the command Alignment and we get this drop-down menu. Select Alignment Creation Tools. In this dialog box, we're going to name the alignment. This cell is where we'll name the alignment and we'll just call it Main Road. We're going to leave the type as centerline. We're going to put in no description and we're going to leave all the default settings down here and click OK. After clicking OK, we get the alignment layout toolbar appearing. And we're going to create the alignment using the very first icon and click on the drop down and we'll just make sure it's tangent, no curves. Selecting that command, you'll now see your cursor has that command attached to it. And we just want to make sure our object snaps is turned on. Going down to my object snaps down here, and I just want to make sure that I have center ticked. Turning on or activating my object snaps, I then select the midpoint or the origin point of all these circles to place in my alignment. So I can see with the notes here it says origin of the circle is the start of the alignment, origin of the circle is the PI location. So wherever we have a change in horizontal geometry, we're going to have a point of intersection. So another point of intersection here. And then finally the last point of intersection or the end of the alignment up there. And once you've finished with your alignment, you just press enter or escape to get out of the command. Once you do that, you'll see the labels associated with that alignment appear. And now what we're going to do is we're going to apply curves at all of these points of intersections. So we're going to put in a total of 3 curves, one here at this circle, one at this circle, and the last one over here. We can see from the notes what type of curves we have to put in there. So this is going to be just a curve with a radius of 2040. To do that, I come over to my 6th icon on this toolbar, click on the drop down arrow, and we go to Free Curve Fillet between 2 entities radius. Selecting the free curve fillet between 2 entities radius, you will see now on your command bar it says select first entity. You need to select these entities by chainage, so I'm going to select the left hand side of the PI first and then the right hand side of the PI second. So make sure you're selecting the alignment and not the labels. Once you've done that, you'll see then on your command bar that is the angle less than or greater than 180. It will always be less than 180. So select the less than 180. After selecting the less than 180, then we can define the curve and we're going to define it as radius. So make sure it says radius here and then we're just going to type in 2040 and enter. And that is our 2040 curve brought in there. The next thing we're going to do is do this next curve over here, and it's going to be a spiral curve spiral. So to add in a spiral curve spiral type of curve, we need to go to the 8th icon. So we're not going to be concentrating on the 6th, we're going to go to the 8th. So go to the 8th icon, select on the drop down, and we're going to be using the free spiral curve spiral between 2 entities. Make sure that is ticked. And again, go back down to your command bar and select first entity. So you're going to be selecting this left hand side of the PI. So make sure again it's the alignment you're selecting. After you select it, you'll see on the command bar, select next entity. So this is going to be the next entity over here. Again, it's always going to be less than 180. So select the less than 180. And then you'll see it asking you now in the command bar for the radius. So to select the radius, which in our case is going to be the 1440, so I'm going to type in 1440, enter. The spiral in and spiral out are the same, so they're going to be 50, so typing in 50, enter, and 50 out, enter. And press enter to get out of that command. And we can see we have the 50-meter length spiral attached to the curve there. And that is our second curve finished. And our very last curve down here is a spiral curve spiral again, but with different spiral in and spiral out length and a different radius. So remember again, to add in the spiral curve spirals, we have to go to the 8th icon in this toolbar. If this toolbar has disappeared on you by just pressing escape again, to bring it up, you just select the alignment. So I'm going to select the alignment. And again, make sure you're selecting the alignment and not the text. So if you tried to select the alignment and it showed up like this, you'll know that it's not the alignment, and you'll just have to press escape a few times and select the alignment. Selecting the alignment, you just go up to your geometry editor under the modify panel. Selecting the geometry editor command, the toolbar now appears again. To finish off this last curve, we're going to the 8th icon. Select the 8th icon in the toolbar and make sure it says free spiral curve spiral between two entities. Selecting the free spiral curve spiral between two entities, you'll see on the command bar it will say select first entity. So we're going to select this left entity here and select the right entity over here. So again, just make sure you're selecting your entities by chainage and less than 180. And our case, our radius this time is going to be at 1020 from the notes down here. So 1020 from here, and press enter, and your spiral in and spiral out. Spiral in and spiral out is 100. So 100 meter length. So type in 100, enter, and 100, enter. And now you can see that you have the spiral, curve, and spiral added in there. Once you have that done, you'll want to find out what the length of this alignment is. To find the length of this alignment, you select the alignment. You know you have the alignment selected because it will say on the contextual ribbon up here, alignment, main road, and you go to the modify panel and select alignment properties. Selecting alignment properties will bring up this dialog box, and we're going to navigate to the second tab within this dialog box, to the station control. Within the station control tab, you'll see that under the station information, we have the length of the alignment. So you could copy that information by just highlighting it and go and copy, and that is the length of the alignment. If we wanted to modify this alignment, we go to our grid view, which is the third last icon on this bar. And once again, if this bar has disappeared, you just select the alignment and go to the alignment geometry editor up here. To modify this alignment, go to the third last icon and the alignment grid view. Selecting the alignment grid view brings up a panorama of all the information associated with this alignment. If we wanted to change the radius of this curve, this very first curve here, which is a 2040, we go to this panorama view and we select the 2040 and we change this to maybe 1000. Changing that to 1000, you can see it updates in the model file straight away. And then we can go back and check what the length of this alignment is now. Selecting the alignment, go to alignment properties and go back into the station control tab, and you can see the length has updated. If you wanted to get rid of a curve or a point of intersection, we use the third icon across on the toolbar. Select the third icon across on the toolbar, hover over this PI point location, and then just left click. You'll now see that that PI point has disappeared. I just press escape there, so it'll just regen the model and you'll see the labels update with it. If I wanted to add in a point of intersection, I use the second icon. Select the second icon, hover over the circle, and I want to put my PI point back in this location. And press escape. And then I can add a curve into this again, like I've just after doing. So that's how you create a alignment and how you add in curves, both just curves and curved spirals. And also how to use the grid view and how to delete out and add in some PI locations.